gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Hope you're having a good time out there. Woohoo! Let's get into it. We're going to have fun today. Hope you guys enjoy the show. And yeah, let's get the old Clark Kent going. The old Clark Kent. We're in the house. Good God. Good morning, legends. Big shout out. What do we got there? We got a few hours left of the Last King giveaway for this month. And wow, is it? I think that's the one around giving away, was it like a 50 dolphins or something? It drops there, so big shout out to Goo God there with the king. Yeah, something big happening there. Definitely check that out. Big shout out there to Goo God. Yeah, Strategy Club. If you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, join up to that today. Only $35 a month. Fantastic. Big shout out there, Wookie. What else do we got? Hedgehog in the house there. Woohoo! Let's go, let's go, let's go. We've got a good crowd early in today, haven't we? So it's pretty cool. Brian, sup, folks? Good to see you, Brian. Hope you're doing well out there. And Bang Bang from Vic Foundation. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I like it. So get into the chat there, make it lively. And you guys know how it rolls. Get out there and, repost the show. That's all we can say. Get out there and repost the show. And let me pin it to the top of the X account. If you're on YouTube, of course, don't forget to repost and share the channel around. And if you're on X, repost. So let's get the copy of the link there and share that. So share show on X. I sometimes have this up a bit earlier, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. And bam, I actually got a little full stop in there. All right, bam, there we go. Wookie says ETH is up. ETH is up for sure. ETH shizzle manizzle. ETH shizzle manizzle. And there is the link to the show. So just repost that if you can. If you're on X, that'd be great. Helps with the algorithms and pumps your own bags, as they say. Get out there as well. All right, so let's get into it. In fact, I'm just having a look through here what I've got on the show. So we might pull that up maybe. Let's have a look there, full screen. Let's take that over a little bit to where we're going to take it over there. Yeah. All right, let's kick it off though. We've got some good news around the markets. Now, I don't normally do stock markets, but we have got some news around the futures market. And so we're going to talk about that leading into the opening of tomorrow. Obviously, it's Monday here down under in New Zealand, currently midday. And it was still Sunday evening, I guess, or Sunday afternoon in the US. So that's kind of where we are on the balance. Here is the futures. So the futures are up, guys. This is positive. We're hoping for a green week this week, right? Stock futures rise after S&P 500 notches a fresh record high. So that is exciting. So we have got a rise in the markets. S&P 500 and NASDAQ each added, they're all up actually at the moment. So let's have a quick look at the S&P 500. Quickly look at that. So it is up 0.25% at the moment on the NASDAQ. So that's sitting at 6,223. So nice little open there. It may continue into the actual market going live. What out there? NASDAQ 100 futures. So that was the S&P 500. The NASDAQ here is up at 22,751. So that's positive. And what else we got going? Industrial. Everything's going up. So it's pretty exciting about that. So hopefully we'll get a really nice move tonight. And of course, we've got the big thing is the one big beautiful bill. Now, apparently Chuck Schumer of the Democrats got them to read out the whole thing. So that's probably going to take them, I don't know, a day and a half. I don't know. But people reckon 12 hours or more, but it's probably taking ages. It's probably still reading it out at the moment. Pretty cool thing, but this is what they do. It has been done before in 2020. I think was the last time they read through the whole bill. If passed by the Senate, of course, this is what we're wanting for. Elon Musk, of course, is a bit against the big bill. He doesn't like the deficit side of it or the, pulling away, I guess, support for solar and wind and batteries. Now, I'm not too worried about the solar and wind, but the battery side of it, that would be a little bit of an issue. But I think, relatively speaking, the big bill is going to be huge for tax income, because the whole idea is that if you get if you get economic growth at 3%, then it doesn't really matter, right? You're earning all that extra revenue, and so the deficits that the CBO is, estimating all, fall to the wayside, and that's the whole point, is that Trump's trying to get economic growth up, right? And that will help solve a lot of problems, including, the debts that the US has, both the federal deficit and the federal debt. So that's it's continuing on as far as I know. So that's kind of where we are with that, and so we'll see how that goes forward on the markets tonight when it opens up. Can it maintain that bullish momentum? Let's have a look at the crypto market. Let's refresh that and see the latest and greatest. So we're at, should we go full screen on this one? I think we might. Yeah, full screen. We're currently at 3.46 trillion, down 0.8%. So 3.46 trillion total market cap. That's based on 17,540 coins on the CoinGecko index. Let's have a look here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 1%, 108,371. Bitcoin showing some real strength, edging itself up for that big move. Is it going to have the big move? Is it going to, take off with the big tax bill? Because I think people see that as bullish for economic growth, right? Despite some of the clauses and some of the issues there, people see that as well. So what else we got here? We got Ethereum at the moment up 2.9%, $2,503. Number 4 is XRP up 1.1%, $2.20. BNB is up 1%, $655 at number 5. Solana, which we've talked about, I think Solana's really sort of creeping up there for a big move. That is up 1.9% and $153. I saw somebody talking about $1,500 at the top of the market. So some 10x from here. We got number 8 at Tron is up 0.8%, 27.6 cents. Dogecoin there at number 9 is up 3.7%, just under 17 cents there. And Lido, they're taking a number 10 spot, up 3%, of course, with Ethereum. Those are our top 10. And the best performer over the last 24 hours has been Dogecoin, up 3.7%. Over the last week, the best performer has been Solana, up 16.5%. So Solana, creeping up there, maybe get a real big run on in the future there. Kind of cool. Vix in the house there, yes sir. Are you covering the United States Genius and Clarity Hacks? Yeah, we have touched on those from time to time. Moving forward, but I got nothing really to add to those at the moment. So yeah, Genius there. It doesn't really affect our DeFi coins, our stable coins on PulseChain, from what I can see, with collateral and not reaching the minimum 50 billion registering requirements. So I think we're all good. Right, so let's see what else we're going. That's pretty much it. Let's go to the top 100. See what's performing the best in there. So we've got Say again, up 50%, up 4.6% today. Arbitrum moving into number 2 spot, so that's a little different. Up 37%, up 18%, sitting at number 62. Keep a lookout for that. That's kind of an early Blues Clues that it could rally quite hard. Arbitrum there. And of course, Jupiter there at number 3, up 34% as well for the week. 3.9% today. SPX at 6,900, up 28% for the week, 5.6% today. And Aptos at number 5 is 25.8%, up 2.5. Now those are top 5 in the top 100, and we can see that actually Arbitrum and Optimism are moving up, so they're actually getting repriced. That's interesting, right? They're getting repriced, so up 25% this week, Optimism. So are we getting ready for this altcoin season? Are we getting ready for that? Looks possible, right? Looks very good. And of course, Solana as well, looking good there too. So we're getting a lot of the chains, the second layers moving. So that's interesting turn of events leading into the big tax bill, right? The tax bill is going to they have to do the full reading, and then they're going to have these votes, right? A vote kind of a marathon. It is. They have a different word for it. I'm just trying to think what it is. But they're going to have like vote roulette or something. I don't know. But they have votes, and then that's got to go. Assuming it gets passed, it's pretty marginal. Some of the Republicans there trying to hold out. They have three votes spare, and I think 2 of the Republicans holding out. So they got 1 there, and then they have the vice president if there's if there's 50-50, right? So it's dicey, but I think it's still in the favor of being passed. They'll go back to the House, and then that could, if any differences that the Senate has, have to be reconciled to the House and approved. So that they could have some issues there. And then hopefully Trump's trying to get it by the 4th of July, right? So it's going to be tight, but it's still pushing through. We'll see how it goes. And Trump has sort of signaled maybe if you can't get the 4th of July, we could have it a bit later, but I think he really wants it the 4th of July. Obviously, there's a lot of cool stuff about that, so we'll keep tracking that. That's kind of where we are. All right, so that is the cryptos. Let's jump over to the top gainers. Top gainers in the top 1,000. We've got Mori Coin up 298%. We've got Humanity up 132% and Shinto up 27% there. These are top gainers apparently. And Mori Coin is at number 408 on the top 1,000, up 300%. So it's just launched from the looks of it, 26th of June, only a couple of days ago, and now is rocketed all the way from 3.2 cents to 12.5 cents. Mori tokens, not quite sure what they are, but we'll have a quick look at the website. We've been doing this, looking at these top coins just to see what they are. We've come across some interesting ones. Mori, the meme coin of Professor Moriarty, the ultimate villain and a genius of the internet. So there we go. What is Mori? Is a meme coin. So a meme coin that just got pumped. Professor Moriarty. Apparently he's quite a large YouTuber audience. He has 3.2 million on YouTube, 200,000 on Telegram. So it's a meme coin that. Now I'm not sure if it's officially run through him, so just take note. But that is being pumped today, and is at number 400. So it possibly is the real guy. So there we go. That is Mori. What sort of? They got a market cap 115 million for that. So there we go. Interesting. What else we got? We got Humanity up 131%. So Humanity there. It's got H token can be traded. So another one there. Let's have a look. There's on Ethereum, and we got the website there, humanity.org. Humanity Protocol, humans, developers, enterprises protocol itself, your identity, your rules. It's kind of trippy, isn't it? A little trippy. Seamless logins, verified credentials. So it's got that on there. You can check it out. I don't know exactly. There's a bit of a detail there. What do you got? The humans identify your identity on chain. Well, I don't know about that, but that is Humanity. It's sitting at number 485, so it's actually in the top 500, making a big move today. And finally, Shinto there up 26%. Apparently, that's trending. Or top coin 667 up 27%. Been around since 1st of July, 2024. And let's see where that is. That's on what chain is that on? I'm not sure that familiar with that one. Yeah, not sure what chain that's on. Yeah, straight off the bat. Empowering security, enabling trusts. Web3 projects, white hats. What else has it got there? Why Shinto? Shinto chain offers robust security. So what do I got there? A wallet, Explorer, open bounty inscriptions. So not sure what the Explorer is, but is that the whole chain? Is it Shinto chain? It looks like it. So that is ticking away there. What rank is that at the moment? Rank number 667 might be of some interest, coming off the bottom. So like I said, it's been around since July 24 last year. Bottomed out at 22 cents and now is up at 37 cents, up 26%. So that's an interesting one, isn't it, Shinto there? I have a feeling I've heard of that one before, so that's the weird thing about it. Trending coins, we've got Mori Coin as well as trending. Not only is it top gainer, but trending. Arbitrum, of course, trending there, and PulseChain there also trending. So two of the chains trending. We're seeing a bit of a movement in the chains today. That's pretty interesting signal. Are we getting some action, re-rating in the altcoin season as it's starting to warm up here in July onwards, right? July onwards. September, of course, a lot of people calling September now. And definitely we're looking good for the second half of the year, I think. I don't think we'll get interest rate cuts until August. We've got where they have a full Fed meeting. So, but the July one should be pretty pretty indicative. Obviously, Jerome Powell getting under a lot of pressure and will probably be rolled by Trump at some stage soon. So that's probably what we're going to look forward to next. All right, so that is the overall market caps at the moment. So 3.46 trillion, down 0.6%. But Bitcoin, the important one there, is at 1.1% at $108,445, looking pretty good. So that's exciting to see that. All right, just into Go Pulse. We're going to look at PulseChain. And what day is it? It's a day of... we're coming off the lazy Sunday, right? So we should get some better activity on PulseChain. We're looking for a green week this week. We have been under a lot of pressure on PulseChain but we're going to talk about that. We're looking for a turn. Can this big tax bill help turn? We're seeing turns in we saw that on the general crypto. We're seeing some of the blockchains being re-rated. Is it PulseChain's turn? Are we going to get ours? Maybe 1 day, 2 days later, but we get it. We get the re-rate, and we obviously get the funds flowing back in to the chain. That's the key. So definitely related, right, to things. Now, we have a lot of stable coins that can be used to push the price up regardless of what's happening on the bridge, but definitely the sentiment tends to go together. We got diamond in hands, UFO looking good. Yeah, we're going to get up to that. We're going to get up to the markets on Pulse very, very soon. Brendan says ETH is creeping towards a golden cross on daily too. Yeah, it's only like $30, $40, isn't it? So that is creeping as well. So we're getting very close to that. So here we are, day 780 pretty much we're starting. And that's how far it's been since we launched PulseChain. Not we, but Richard Hard's team on the 13th of May 2023. And we've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0.2336, up 3%. So it's green, but we want the double digits. We want like 30% day after day after day for a week to start re-rating, get our first parabolic, right? Have a week of green candles, at least 5-6 days, and then a bit of a little minor sell-off, and then go for the next parabolic, right? That's the kind of what we're after here on PulseChain. We're at Pulse at the moment. We've had a big seller, right? We had the big seller. He's been unrelenting over the last week, right? The big seller. And here we are at quadruple 0.236, down up 3%. So that's good news. 24% of the mean sacrifice price at the moment. We had PulseX, quadruple 0.2, up 3.5%. Sitting in the buy and burn, sitting at 7.29%. So those coins will never be seen again unless the OA sacrifice wallet is naughty, unless that's naughty. We've got incentive token at the moment, $1.50, up 7.5%. So that's incentive token, up 7.5%. So the best performer. Someone asked me yesterday, I think, well, I'm not sure if it was the Joker or whoever it was, but they asked me about incentive token. That definitely has been the big performer. And then Hex at the moment, 5200th a penny, down 1%. EHEX at 1700th a penny. So EHEX has actually gone up a little bit, hasn't it? So the EHEX and PX combined price 6800th of a penny at the moment. So just over 2/3 of a cent combined. And I think Hex is going to have a violent rally at some stage. And so picking up now, scooping it up while it's cheap, probably a pretty good idea too. Not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. Right. Gas prices. 1.3 million beats at the moment. 1 cent for a PulseX swap. So super cheap on PulseChain. Validators, we've seen those climb recently. Looks like it's up another, 50, 60 validators from yesterday. I think that's right. And then we got the bridge, which is our big heartbeat check, right? 82.6 million. So we're up 600K on the bridge, it seems. So that is a dollar value there, right? So remember that, very different dollar value. So that could be EHEX there, probably going up slightly in value. Just having a look at some of those others, maybe just tether a little bit there. And of course, ETH and wrap Bitcoin, right, going up a little bit in value. Although our wrap Bitcoin volume's just gone pop below 27, but a little rise in price helps to lift the value there. But the actual amount of stable coins and stuff can be slightly lower, right? So that's the issue. So that is where we are there, but we're going to have a quick look at the bridge. And of course, this is exclusive to the Crypto Night Show. This is updated to about an hour ago. We can see that we've had modest inflows coming in. Our best one over the night was $84,000. But we've had just recently this morning my time, or is I guess it's afternoon, evening your time, or midday maybe in the US. We had a couple of red candles there, about 87,000 each in a row. So we've been moving essentially sideways, slightly down, but essentially sideways here. So we're still trying to get a capital reversal on PulseChain and head back up, right? That's what we're trying to do. All right, so that leads us over to this chart. Now, this is a new chart and exclusive to the Crypto Night Show again. And this is all the bridges, right? So all the bridges. It's missing one bridge, which is I'm going to add on. But this is the one I posted yesterday, brand new chart. And I think it's pretty cool, right? So obviously we see a lot of the bridge flows. This is through the official bridge. That would include a lot of these bridges here. That are using that. Some of these bridges are on-chain to on-chain. So they're using basically wallets and swapping out liquidity and things like that. Some of them have their own RPC nodes and things. But essentially, a lot of stuff like Ramp now is going through PulseChain official bridge, which is bringing in most of the capital, and that's what's reflected in this chart, right? So this is all the bridges. So we have the PulseChain official bridge, we have Ramp Now, we have Banksa, we have Sun Mini Mill, we have 2 new ones coming. That's what we're expecting. Now this is July is a estimate because it was supposed to be May. So I've just got it in July because they haven't launched yet. September was another one. These were all via Sun Mini Mill. So with Banksa and Ramp Now, these are all in the same sort of group. Then we've had Pulse LN, which has been around for a long time. Change Now. Internet Money, of course, they all have ability to do fiat to crypto, things like that. So they've all got different kind of variations on ramping. So some of them are using credit cards and PayPal and all sorts of stuff. So there's a whole ton of variety there. Then we have obviously Hex Scout, which is using Ramp Now. So we have lots of different setups, but essentially they're all kind of bringing money potentially onto PulseChain, right? We got TokenX, ImpSeal, Gibbs Finance, and some of these will be used at different levels. Some of them probably have hardly anything going through them just because they're not advertising properly or they're not being seen or they're not operating with enough liquidity. Liquidity sometimes can be an issue for some of these, right? So you might see some of the projects say, oh, we're trying to do this, but we don't have enough liquidity in our pools, blah, 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 depending on the way they've set up their bridge, right? So there's all sorts of different things in each of these different types, just to take note of that. Liberty Swap, of course, which has been massive. So this has been a massive one recently for Liberty Swap, right? So doing on-chain, and man, have they ramped things up with the USDC. And now you can buy not only swap for USDC on PulseChain from Base Chain and BSC, I think it is, and is it Arbitrum? One of those two. One of those. You can actually now buy Rich Art Core coins now. So you can buy Pulse and PulseX, Hex, Incentive, and you can also get Wrapped ETH and DAI as well, I think. So it's pretty exciting what they're doing there. So Liberty Swap only getting bigger and bigger. They're going multi-chain, more chains, and everything else. So that's been really cool. Obviously, we've got Coast. That's a fiat on ramp, right? So fiat direct. So it doesn't use the PulseChain bridge. That's fiat to the CST stablecoin. So that is really, really bullish. And that's now at $10.2 million that have been brought onto the chain. Swimple Swap, Nan Swap there. A lot of these they're backing on the back of Change Now, right? And then, of course, with a little bit extra fee there, we've got Houdini Swap, Gas Zip, Block Blend it is. I'm missing an L out there, so I've corrected that, but this is not the latest. And then we've got Pulse Wallet there as well. So these are bridges, right? Bridges. So they have swapping mechanisms as well on chain as well. Some of them do. So there's a little bit of mix there, but essentially they're all bridges. Potentially bringing money onto PulseChain, and some of them we've probably got a good half a dozen, maybe even a bit more than that are bringing most of the money onto the chain. Obviously, the official bridge there. And so Ramp Now is bringing a lot of USDC onto the chain via the PulseChain official bridge. They front load their liquidity. They typically got like 35,000 liquidity. I expect that to ramp up as Sun Minimal ramps up. And as Hex Scout ramps up and all sorts of things like that, we expect that to increase. So instead of holding 35K in liquidity, they might be holding 100K in liquidity at any particular point in time. And sometimes they bring in multiple amounts of liquidity right a day, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day. That might get up. Maybe they start doing, because they're going to be opening up the bridge, right? So at the moment, you can do 3,000 euros on Ramp Now, but they're going to open it up to 10,000 and 50,000 and so on. And so that means that you're going to have to bring in more liquidity, right? Because you're front loading the buys, right? You're front loading the buys liquidity so that they can give you the instant buys on Ramp Now. And of course, Hex Scout is using Ramp Now, right? So you get the idea. Sun Minimal is going directly through to Ramp Now, and all the customers, so not only the corporate buy and burn, but the customers also will be going through Ramp Now, right? Which had the website updated the other day. I don't think they've loaded everything into that yet, so we're still waiting, I think, for some components of that. So we should see that to ramp up soon too. So we'll try and keep up to date with that. So that is pretty much a pretty good damn list of all the operational bridges coming onto PulseChain at the moment. Obviously, with a lot of liquidity going through that official bridge, right? That's pretty much it. And that's what we're keeping track of this chart here to see where the sentiment's going. And obviously, that sort of kind of reflects in the chart. All right, so that's kind of a breakdown. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And of course, that leads us into the PulseChain volumes. We're at 12.1 million. I think we were sitting at about 18 million yesterday. We have been down at 12 million quite a bit on the chain, which is not great. Obviously, we'd like to be, minimum in the 20 to 30 range at the minimum. Unfortunately, we've been down, at 12 million for quite a bit. And of course, the chart shows that, right? Because we've got big whale, selling the chart down, PulseX particularly, and so we've been under a lot of pressure from that point of view. Hopefully, we're getting pretty close to the end of that, and he leaves his main wallet alone. We shall see. We shall see. All right, so the top performers at the moment after 24 hours, we got FD versus Tropa there. So Reserve Tay is up 27%. We've got Remember, another OG web chef there, up 25%. We got World's Greatest PDI Printer up 22%. So we got the OG web chef stuff up as well. Now I think there's been a bit of split in that team, as I understand it. So there's a few different tokens being run by different people, but this is where we are, 23%. Surf token from Crypto Paradise had a little bit of a sell-off yesterday, but is up 21% today. So let's have a quick look at Surf. This is from Crypto Paradise. This team has about 130,000 followers. They're a very professional team on PulseChain and have been doing a lot of collabs and partnerships, really, along with people like, I would say, GooGod and Cabal King and people like that. They've really been leading the way in marketing promotion, which we're a big supporter of, right, on the Crypto Night Show, because it's very important. People, you can have the greatest product in the world or the greatest tokenomics, but if people don't see it, they're never going. They just don't find out about it. But there are some really good leaders, I think, in the space on PulseChain that do a lot of good branding, a lot of good promotions. And Crypto Paradise is a big team that's only recently come to PulseChain, just not too long ago. In fact, how long ago? A month and 21 days. So 50 days, not a lot. And they're doing an amazing job, right? Partnerships with Emmett Farms, partnerships with Top Hat from Crypto Coffee. These guys are really doing a lot of great things in the space. So at the moment, as a little bounce back after a little sell-off. I had a big account sell-off yesterday. It was up at 1.7 cents and dropped down to 1.3. Is now back at 1.6 cents there, so getting bought back up. Now, the other thing, of course, this has a big DAO, has a big buying competition at the moment as well. So there's, I think, up to $10,000 giveaway for that. They have a DAO, so if you have 200,000 tokens, then you get benefit of the DAO. And I think they have this bot income as well. They have a bot income for DAO members. I think that's how it works. But you can find out a lot more for Crypto Paradise. But that is doing pretty well today, up 21% on recovery, at least on a bounce. Teddy Takeover, which has been rapidly oversold, right? This is backed by Moon King and Ian Heinisch and people like that. This is on the comeback there, up 14%. Someone asked me a couple of days ago, why you cover this? Well, it's because it's either overperforming or underperforming. And recently it was overperforming, right? So we had this overperforming time, so we're covering a lot then, and then it got sold off. And of course, we covered its decline as well. So this is the way it goes. We're covering all the coins in the chart there. So don't be surprised. We're doing the top 100, right? Top 100 on Deck Screener. So that was down about 86%. Actually got a bit low on the spike, 88% down. And that was in 40 days. And it's currently down about 81%. So, but it's having a rally over the last couple of days. So if you bought the bottom, congratulations. It is on the move back up 36. Let's get the RSI out, right? RSI is your friend, right? RSI is your friend. And then all you have to do is control your emotions, right? You got your RSI. All you have to do is control your emotions. And, you have some moving averages as well and a couple other basic TAs that can help you a lot, right? You don't have to be an absolute guru, but it definitely helps a lot. And we can see that the RSI said that it got oversold at 27. And that was essentially where the bottom was, right? So, sometimes it can run a couple of days, the low RSI. But, man, that was essentially the bottom. And we're back up at 37. So is it going to really continue? Well, you can look at shorter time frames, right? Shorter time frames. And we can see that it's actually getting a little overheated now. So we're probably a good chance that we will see this just, cool off a little bit. Because the 4-hourly, the shorter time frame is now overbought, right? So just take note of that. So if you're coming in now, you're coming in when it might have a retrace, right? So just take note of that. They're probably more probable than not. And on the daily time frame, you've still got plenty of room to move. So that breather on the 4-hour might be short-lived. You might just have to let it cool a bit there. And maybe it just comes back down to touches the 69. And, maybe it just goes a little bit dip and then it will keep going because there's so much room in this chart, right? Massive amount of room in the RSI. And, of course, it had a massive sell-off. So that is kind of the play. You can keep looking at the averages, add those on, get a few more indicators. And you should probably have at least, 3 indicators, give you a good idea where the chart is kind of going at any particular point in time and compare the different time frames as well. Obviously, not financial advice, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff as we go. All right, so let's jump in. We've got OG Web Chef again, dominance up 12%. Investor The parents, the grandparent up 11.5% there. Missile as well up 10%. So yeah, OG WebChef kind of stuff dominating PulseChain today, along with Teddy and Surf are the other big performers on the trending. 24-hour trending is what we're looking at the moment on a deck screener. Dow token, one of the pump tires, up 8.7%. We got PDC, the Greys, managing, one of the peers at least, is managing an 8% increase today. And of course, that's one of my Magnificent Seven. And that Magnificent Seven is a bit like in the stock market. They have the Magnificent Seven with Google and Tesla and stuff, and NVIDIA. And it was kind of, that's what it is on PulseChain. So we've got Richard Hart Cores and PDC, the Greys, and their SolidX, and saw some mini meal, right? But their investments are more investments, so they're going to have ups and downs just like anything else. Take note of that. Beast at the moment, another OG WebChef up 8%, sitting at number 24. And to wrap out our top 25 here on Deck Screener, 24-hour trending is SolidX, another one of the Magnificent Seven, up 8% today, $8.50. And this thing is probably going to have an incredible rise once we get all the decentralized casino out there, X game. We get all the marketing and the network effects and all these other things that are coming, the staking, the buying and burning, the games alive. This could be absolutely huge multi-chain. Yeah, keep a lookout for that. So this is probably going to do some pretty amazing stuff there. And maybe X Game is the killer app that PulseChain has been looking forward to, right? Getting a lot of eyes, a lot of engagement, and a lot of new people and a lot of new capital, right? So that is potentially a big one there from Firewhale, right? One of our two big public whales on PulseChain. All right, so time dividend coming in at number 26 from KG. Recently, of course, did a big update this week. So that was pretty exciting, particularly being able to connect to a lot of Web3 dApps and stuff like that. And of course, people enjoying, if you got time dividend in your wallet, you're earning a share of the trading fees. So really, it's like one of the biggest dexes. You know, we've got 9mm, 9-inch. You can think of it a bit like that. They're doing a lot of swapping. Not really a dex, but the swapping. And so, yeah, you're getting access to a lot of fees on that. So, yeah, it's working pretty good. What else there? PulseX obviously in the mix. Gas Money, another OG WebChef there, slash whoever's running those there now. 6.4% up today, at number 30. Pulse Puppy up 6.3% at $113. Another Pump Tires, the old DAI. So DAI's obviously been on a great move recently, the old P DAI. And of course, this is the Pump Tires DAI, right? It is sitting at 000 2800. I think it's slightly discount, is it? Slightly discount to the P DAI. We'll probably look at that in a minute. Should we do it now? Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Get over and done. Pulse coin list. We're going to jump over there and look at P DAI. P DAI is currently at 0037, so 37 hundredths of a penny, up 96% for the week. So you would have almost doubled your money in the week if you'd had P DAI. And yeah, if you'd been in our Discord, I would join up to our Discord. Links in the video description. Community membership only $12.50. You would have picked the bottom of old P DAI. And it was a good crew of people in the Discord picking up the bottom of P DAI. And boy, that has been a good move. And yeah, definitely want to join up. If you want to join our strategy club, which is the next level, includes community membership. That's only $35 a month as well. So jump into that. Yeah, P DAI. So there we go, up 37. Now, the other one we're going to quickly look at before we get back to the main chart is Rat Bitcoin is rallying as well. $540. Woo! When was it? We looked at that the other day. Was it 465 or something like that? It's up 68% for the week as well. So we're getting some good moves there with that. And we know that there's a protocol like Betterbank is coming soon. That's going to certainly help. There's going to be a modified fork of Aave, and that's going to take P DAI as an asset. I just wonder whether good old Nikki there will include Rat Bitcoin as well. We'll keep a lookout for that. That's very close to launching. So we may see further moves higher for the old P DAI as we move forward there. And of course, I know Somi will be very happy about all of that. So that is pretty much that. What else have we got going? We got Phoenix at the moment, up 6%, sitting at number 34, 9mm. So our second biggest DEX after PulseX, excluding the PH Universe projects, is at 9mm, and that is at 1 cent at the moment, up 6%. That could see a big re-rate. I mean, they've been doing pretty good volumes, relatively speaking. 835K, we've seen that, most days. Sometimes they get to $1 million. And compared to 9-inch, which is currently, been down around 100K quite consistently. So 9mm still turning over a pretty decent amount of volume there at 800K. And most of that volume has been in PulseX and other assets, Coast as well. But that's definitely looking pretty good there. Let's jump over to let's jump over to the next best performers. I think we were down at number 35. So we're going to trick down through that. So yeah, we've got UpX at the moment on the back of Pulse, right? This is from Haunted. So it's kind of cool. We got Most Wanted there, another pump tires, sitting at up 6% as well. Let's see, Hex Lotto is in the mix there. That's up 6%. And that must be getting pretty close to the draw on that, I imagine. What else there? Firewhale, so this is another Solid X token, right? A pump tires one. This is the one where he only owned 55% of it. So that's just the one that most of the people can own. That's up 5.4% at the moment. And no doubt those were all pumped when Solid X pumps and X game launches. Pump tires at number 43, up 5%. What else there? UFO. Someone was talking about UFO earlier. Who was that? Someone was talking about it. Vic Foundation was talking about UFO. Well, that is sitting at number 41 and it'll appear at 45, up about 5% today. Probably get a big move on the back of PDC as Grays as well. Number 47 is number 46 is Lady Gaga, up 5%, and Love.io up 4.5% as well. GoPulse sitting at just under 12 cents, is up 4%. And then number 50 there is, well, number 50 is UFO, but those are our top 50. And then we come into Sparta, and that is also slightly in green. So we've got a lot of coins in green slightly, which is kind of cool. We had a couple more comments in the chat. Let's go to a few of those before we move on. Frank White says so many good options for the bridge. Yeah. And what is that? Brendan says colorful chart. It is indeed. That's a flow chart. We got Vic in the house there, Emmett Farm. Yeah, Emmett Farm's been doing amazing. We're going to be doing a lot more coverage of Emmett Farm coming up. It really is, I don't know, it could be close to one of the top leading APR farms on PulseChain, and a lot of innovation for sure. Vixer says he's bullish on Solid X as well. Yep, Solid X going to be potentially huge project with a massive re-rate there. Have you seen PDI Maxi comments on X around PDI lately? Says Brennan. I'm not sure if I have actually. Supposedly CDI contract can mint more supply of PDI. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Yeah, it's definitely possible. All right, very cool. Post that article in the crypto chat in the Discord there, Brennan, as always. So if you guys haven't joined Discord, jump in the links in the video description. Join up today. All right, so top 50. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. And how are we doing for time? 37 minutes. We're doing very good time today. Now we've got Sparta at the moment is up 4%, sitting at 952. Your mum, Elon Musk, your mum, up 3.9% as well. Hex, of course, in the mix there, up 3.7%. ALGO on the back of Hex, moving up 3.6%, pretty much shadowing Hex. And then, of course, 9-inch there, the third biggest DEX, right, that we've got on here, excluding PH Universe projects, that is also up 3.5%. So if you're not familiar with PH Universe projects, they're forks of Aave and stuff like Balance and stuff like that. They've got four different projects, including the Fatty wallet and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm alluding to. Famous and Fiat. Those are the kind of projects in that mix there. So I'm excluding all that liquidity in there. What else do we got? UFO is up 4. How much UFOs? Where am I jumping down? I've gone too far down now. Let's keep going. So we're up to Liquid Lines. Liquid Lines has been doing a lot of posts on X lately. Have you noticed that? So they've really stepped up their game, talking about some of their products and talking about other project products in the market. That's been pretty interesting. So up 3.5% there. Another gas station there, another sort of OG Web Chef team, although some of them are split apart or something. Bring back the band. Bring back the band again. We've got BBC token there from 9-inch, also up on the mix. Where's that gone? It just jumped away. Did you see that? Just pinged away somewhere. The prices are changing, right, dynamically. So I'm trying to keep up. There. Yeah, BBC 66 there. We've got Fitzgerald Company. It's been around for 3 months, up 2.8%. And then Source and Minimal up 2.8% at the moment. So obviously, relatively speaking, let's have a look at this chart. This is one of my Magnificent 7. It's kind of moved sideways at the moment. And I don't think, we're just not getting the ramp up yet. So we just don't, like I said in the past, we don't really know the profile. So we're going to have to keep tabs off there because we've got the customer buying and that profile is not showing up in the chart yet, really, right? And then we've also got the 20% net buying that's not showing up either yet. So it's just moving sideways here. So we're going to have to wait and see where that all lands with all that buying power. That's a potentially massive buying power on the PulseChain. So as soon as we get a bit more blues clues around that, we'll let you know. about that one. But at the moment, just chilling at 6.5. Obviously, at 6.5, you're burning a lot more if you'd come in with the corporate buy and burn. So we'll kind of keep track for that at the moment. That's all going to go through route through ramp now, right? One of those bridges that we talked about on the chart. Which was this chart here, if you missed it. So Sun Mini Meal and Banks ramp now, sorry, and the play there. All right, that moves us on into some of the other ones here. We've got Beast at the moment, 35 cents on Beast, up 2.6%. Sparta, of course, is there as well at number 69, up 2.7. Let's see what else we got on the mix here. We've still got a lot of green here. We're up to number 75. We've got some of this. So these are all similar projects, of course, just different pairings. We got BFF there as well at number 79. And that's our end of our green with PDC Pulse at number 81. So that's 81 out of 100. Not too bad. That's slightly green or more. But yeah, we've got a few that's slightly under the money there. Ink dollar there, slightly below $1. Fetch as well is pretty much flat. That's the Oracle, right, on PulseChain, the only decentralized Oracle at the moment. We are waiting for Signum Oracle, but it is taking a lot longer than people expected. I thought they would, essentially be pretty close, but we'll keep a close eye on that. I know Stu is working diligently to get Signum Oracle out, and then of course Tetra as well. But Tetra is coming first, and then the Signum Oracle is second. That'll be hopefully just a couple of days there. Hopefully they'll all be ready to go. All right, what else we got going? We've got Staked Ether in it as well, up down 1.7%. Teddy Bear from James Maria. Now, this has been crushing it, right? Teddy Bear and Atropa further up there, right? Up around number 80, 75 to 80. Well, we got all these Teddy Bear pairs in the 90s, sitting here at the moment down 3.5%, after having quite a good run. And then we've got others here, CDI Compound Die, some of these more exotics, as we're saying. And then, of course, Jupiter, PDI Besties, which launched yesterday. That's down 54%. So there we go. Got to be careful with those new launches. But that is down 54% today. And then PMX 500 and Gophers down the bottom there as well. No real trading on there. There's not really much action there at all. So let's have a quick look at Teddy Bear, shall we? Down 3% today, but let's see what that is looking like on the chart. Still looking pretty good. Let's add an RSI to that, shall we? And have a see how that is rolling. We were down at 35. We rallied to 63, come back to 57. What does the chart tell us? We could always come back down to 50 and then have another bounce. But maybe we even just hold this area, right? We hold this area and have another go like that. Maybe we just have another go and we move higher there. So let's see where we might land there. Maybe we'll come back to 50. So pretty defendable line there. It has had a big run up. So maybe we do come back down to 50 and test that and have another move higher on the old chart there. We're at 701,000, and that would if we did have another test, that would possibly break us up, past this 1,200 mark here, and maybe a bit higher. And if it did break higher, that'd be quite kind of maybe a bullish for another uptrend. We'll see how we go. Quite a bit of resistance at 1,200 there, but there's room to move. What does the 4 hourly say? 4 hourly says, it could definitely have another move here. We'll have a look, though. It's got a lower low on the chart on the 4 hourly. So, it's kind of a decision that has to be made, really. We shall see what it decides to do. All right, so that is pretty much it on the charts. That's where we are. That's where we live. That's where we live on the PulseChain. All right, so some new information there. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. And if you haven't followed on the channel there, as you guys know, my old channel on X got taken down, so I'm starting again. And we're back up to 850. So I appreciate all the followers that are following. Big shout out for that. And if you haven't followed on X, definitely give us a follow. And we're getting closer and closer back to 1,000. Back on the grind, as they say, back on the grind. All right, let's see who else is in the chat here. How we're doing for time. We're up to 44 minutes. We're doing a pretty fast show today, but hey, we've got a big week ahead of us, I'm sure. Let's see here what we're doing here. Maybe we bring up the ETH chart quickly. Let me see. We've got any more comments in there? Just kind of going through there as well. No new comments. Now, what we might do is quickly bring up the Bitcoin and the ETH chart, just to talk about that quickly. And let's see how that's going. Bam, bam, bam. Go to full screen again. All right, so we've been ticking away here. They've got the big tax bill processing at the moment through the House and through the Senate, I should say, and then to the House, and then hopefully to President Trump's desk by the 4th. It's going to be a bit close, I think, but we shall see. It's definitely what we're expecting coming up by the end of this week. So fingers crossed. And that is kind of where we are at the moment. And so, yeah, then we've got the tax extension, 90-day extension on the 9th of July. So that's a 10% tax extension. We're suspecting we're going to get a number of trade deals around the 9th there. And that's not just from me, but obviously that's from some of the, the Commerce Secretary, Lucknick, and people like that. So we're expecting to see some deals around that time. And then we may get an extension of this tax period for, deals that are still to be done. The problem is there's only so many negotiators or lead negotiators, and like the Treasury Secretary, the Commerce Secretary, advisors, and things like that can only deal with so many countries, and they've got like 175 countries to deal with. A lot of those countries will probably just get maybe a flat premium rate access and a letter from the president. Whereas the top 15, probably many other dozens of countries will get actual proper trade deals. So maybe even 115, who knows? We'll see. And so that's kind of where we are at the moment. So we are expecting bullish news, hopefully with the big tax bill this week, and then bullish news with the trade deals. And then that should just flow one after another, particularly the top 13 countries in particular, top 10 in particular, I guess. We're expecting those deals to potentially help move the markets even higher, right? That's kind of the play there. Now, we're obviously still playing out this golden cross on Bitcoin. We're basically being in this nice little range here, and we're currently at 108,700, getting ready for that next move, right? We've got all the right news for it, right? The big tax bill, trade deals, world peace, relatively speaking, with Trump dealing with all the different countries. Think about it: Pakistan, India, Congo, Uganda. That's a 30-year war he's ended. You got the Iran-Israel thing. Really moved into the right direction, even though there'll always be some, little residual things probably. And then, of course, you got Ukraine and Russia being worked on, and there seems to be some progress happening there. So fingers crossed on that. So you've got lots of cool things happening. And then, of course, all this economic stuff, right? Trump's big three-legged stool strategy, the big tax bill, the tax deals, they're all ahead of us in the next week or two, right as we speak, basically, at the moment. And then, of course, interest rates, we may not get that cut. We've got a meeting on the 13th of July, probably not get the cut actually until August. We'll probably see Jerome Powell get rolled in the Federal Reserve, and then a new placement put in there as well. So that's kind of where we're going to see that happen. Probably the person that will take the place will be one of Trump's appointees. And that's how we're going to see that happen. And then so we will get the interest rate cuts eventually. Obviously, Powell's really playing politics. He did a 1% rate cut for Kamala during the election, and then nothing since, actually raised rates. So, not raised rates, but nothing since. So let's keep a lookout for that. We currently got the Fed interest rates at 4.5%. They really should be close to the actual inflation rate, which is around 2.4, 2.5%. And so really at best, the rate should be down at 2.5% rather than 4.5. But politics is being played, right? Because Powell is a Democrat, and he's probably getting some guidance from Pelosi and other people. So it's kind of the play there. Who cares if the American people have to pay another, $800 million over 4 years or whatever, $800 billion, if you're a Democrat, right? So Trump golden age of America is in play. We're seeing it before our eyes as we speak. And then, of course, we've also got the Chinese tariff deal. Looks like that's pretty much going to be done. Trump plays pretty hardball. The Chinese government wants to, renege on its agreements. Trump will play hardball. If you know his history of real estate deals, then he'll quite quickly do some pretty tough stuff back. So they're definitely up against the wrong guy in that regards. Biden is gone, and a real leader is in place now. So that's kind of the play there, and so we shouldn't probably have any issue with that, with the China deal mid-August. And then, of course, we've got the third leg of the strategy, deregulation and leverage. That will be in different stages. Obviously, we've seen the Genesis Act and all this other stuff coming through at the moment around stablecoins, the stablecoin bill. And we're going to get a lot more stuff around crypto in September, October. So I look forward to that. That's going to be more bullish stuff around crypto. And we're going to get that, I think, just constantly fed through right into the next year. A lot of good crypto policy supporting crypto, generally speaking. They'll always make some botch up, but you get my point. It's a very, very pro crypto administration. We know the Trump family is going big into crypto because they a lot of money can be made there. Not only do they do a lot of property deals, but crypto is definitely one of their big things there. And the social media, obviously, is another one with True Social and other stuff. So the Trump family is doing a lot, leveraging a lot of stuff on the back of Trump's pot presidency and policy making there. All right, so that's kind of the play for Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum, which is probably slightly more exciting in some ways. And that is, we've got this golden cross coming up. As I think, was it Brian or Brennan that was pointing out? Where's your comment here? Yeah, Brennan there, ETH creeping towards a golden cross on daily. Yeah, it is indeed. So here we are at $2,520 on ETH, and we've got this golden cross just ahead of us. This could potentially lead into a massive re-rate for Ethereum, very fast and very quick. So this line here is we've got Bitcoin over 108K. We do have a lot of institutional buying stuff coming in for Ethereum, and so this could really rally. Obviously, the green line, that is our the PulseChain sacrifice or PulseChain strategic reserve. And that is up at $3,775. So, we could get back to that target and get all that money back. It's a lot of money. Back to, was it 645 million, something like that, 645 million. And we need it. That will be a 50% re-rate to get back to break even. And then, of course, after that, we're in the money. We're in the money, right? Guys know that the recent high that we had was 4,100 on Ethereum. So it was a recent high back here on the 16th of December last year, and that was at 4,100. And of course, the markets have all fallen off since then. And of course, the all-time high back here at the moment is at 4,900 way back. I don't know if I may have to go to weekly charts here. Let's have a look. Let's go to the monthly chart. Okay, thanks very much. Let me reset that. Reset auto fit. All right, so we got it was 48.67 here on Coinbase. That was back in the November 2021, the last bull market. So this is where we are. We're going to have a massive re-rate here on Ethereum, guys. It's going to be massive, too. It's going to be massive. With what Trump's done with world peace and with his three-legged stool strategy. And remember, $15 trillion has been raised now for investment in the United States. That's crazy. Think that the U.S. economy is generating maybe 28 to 30 trillion dollars a year. That is crazy amount. That's almost maybe just over half the amount of the U.S. income has been raised in capital investment for the United States. This is unbelievable. Almost at a record within a month or so because they continue to raise capital for investment in the United States for the golden age of America. That's going to be a new record. Just think about what's happening here, folks. Don't listen to mainstream media. They're all deluded Democrat scumbags, and things are about to get real, be unleashed in the U.S. economy. The real economy and the financial economy is going to be booming big time. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to not see anything like this, I think, for a very long time. Now, the question, of course, always holds after Trump leaves and he creates the golden age of America. Who's there? Is someone there to take on the torch, or is someone there going to abuse the great power that Trump has put in place? So there is, for all the positives, further afield, that is an open question. I'll leave it there. Because at the moment we just want to enjoy the golden age of America, and I guess we'll worry about that later on. What else there? Brian says, no, it was me, lol. It was me. I like that, Brian. I like that. All right, so that's kind of where we are. So yeah, look forward to that. That's where we need to get to, that green line there from where we are now to get to that. And that's going to get us into the resistance zone, of course, just below the resistance zone there. But man, we're gonna power with this golden cross, gonna power up there. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So that is Ethereum right now, 2,500. Catch me while you can. And then what will that do for we already see some of the other chains moving today. Interesting. So Arbitrum in there, and let's see what happens to the PulseChain. PulseChain will probably be a little bit delayed because we have relativity plays. So maybe we've had some of these big whales going into the relativity plays. Then we'll hopefully have Moondog PulseChain be a little bit delayed from the other chains. That being said, we've got the 5th of July coming out, right? 5th of July. So let's actually bring up Pulse on this chart. I don't know if I got to be careful bring up Pulse on this chart because I got some secret stuff on there, but then we'll get to eventually. Should we go back to, let's quickly go to Gold Pulse. And do we have the chart on here? We do. So we'll bring that up. And so we'll go to the daily on Pulse. And so, yeah, we could see some, pretty big re-rating on Pulse eventually. So we'll just wait to see how the money flows this week. We've got to get a reversal in that bridge chart, and some, green candles on here as well. And obviously, we're going to keep tracking that the ETH chart there as well. The strategic ETH reserve for PulseChain. So we'll keep tracking that. We've got so many pump mentals, and maybe they're all going to ramp up at once. We get Signum ramping up. Banks, all these new chains, new bridges ramping up, and all the marketing starts ramping up. Right, Richard's doing marketing with the old containers and this electronic device. People have been talking about that all over the place, so you can check out some of the streams. I think RH Max, Wild SJ, many people have been talking about all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we're coming up to the 5th, right? So what's the 5th? So the 5th is the last moment of appeal that the SEC can do. And so therefore it's the final of the final nail in the coffin for the SEC. They'd have to come up with something quite new. But given where the administration's going, given how bad their last case was, the probability's got to be almost close to 100%. Let's say 99% in favor of nothing happening, right? So we're coming up to that on the 5th of July. That is only days away. Will we see? Will we see a God mode candle? What do you reckon? Will we see a God mode candle on that one? I don't know. What do you reckon? Let me jump screens here. Will we see a God mode candle? So let's ask Richard Hart. Richard, will we see a God mode candle on the 5th of July?
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
I don't know. I obviously don't know the future, but who knows? Who knows what we get there? And of course, that would be the day after the 4th of July. And of course, maybe the big tax bill's gone through. Maybe it's been signed. Hyper bullish for the markets. What a time to do a God mode candle on PulseChain. Maybe we get it a day later, right? A day, a 24-hour, a plus one. Could be pretty exciting. So that's pretty much it for today's show. 57 minutes on the hour. I was going to finish a little bit earlier today. We've got a huge crowd watching at the moment on stream, so I appreciate all your support. You guys know that we're doing daily live streams here on PulseChain and crypto. We cover stock markets and everything else. You get your full daily dose of everything on the markets. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Don't forget to follow on X, subscribe on PulseChain. On YouTube. We're on streaming on 3 YouTube channels. So I really appreciate that. And if you love the daily dose of projects, and of course all the intel, definitely get it. We've got a lot of exclusive stuff coming on the channel, as you guys seen, around the bridges and all that sort of stuff. We've got more coming, a lot more coming, and it's currently under development. There's yellow cones or whatever they call it, red orange cones. I don't know what color, but there's lots of cones at the works on the work. Fat Sammy's in the house there. Big shout out to Fat Sammy. Fat Sammy's doing some great stuff with the old Pulse Bitcoin and reorganizing that, reshaping it into greatness. So we're looking forward to tracking that there, Fat Sammy. On that, we love comeback stories, don't we? In life, just like Rocky Balboa, we love the comeback stories. So kind of cool to see that. I was going to try and do Rocky, but it's pretty hard to do it. He's royalty in the United States, Sylvester Stallone. All right. That's pretty much it. I think we're going to finish there. I'll leave you guys with the last of the bullishness with the good old Raoul Paul, the man that's kind of taking over the name of Banana. Are we going to get a banana move in the chart? And, of course, banana +1 for PulseChain, right? Banana +1. There we go. All right. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's live stream. Guess what's coming out maybe possibly later today is the Monster Thread week number 8 is coming. Monster Thread week number 8 is coming. So yeah, if you're a team involved in that, definitely hit us up, MBS Crypto or myself. But Monster Thread number 8 is coming with all the hottest news over the last week. Man, oh man, oh man. The views on that are climbing every single week, just about. It is huge. And I think it's been growing at like 15% a week. So it's a pretty awesome stuff. Check out the Monster Thread. Week number 8 is coming. It's going to be the perfect publication for you to share around as we increase the ramp on the onboard. As you guys know, marketing is ramping up across the community. Richard Hart is leading the way. The community is getting excited. And, of course, we're playing our part here in the Kryptonite show with the Monster Thread. And we got another publication or two coming down the line there. You guys are going to be very excited about it. It's going to be very, very cool. All right, take care, everybody. Enjoy the fundamentals. Bring on the banana part of the altcoin season. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bitcoin dominance. It's time for you to give way to the altcoin season. Let's go. Not quite, maybe. We're close. All right, see you guys.
Not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle, nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020, 2021. Off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. It can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats. Don't fuck this up. Don't lose control of your tokens. Don't use leverage. Don't get your wallet hacked. Just sit with it. Be careful. Don't get FOMO. Do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens, we'll have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this. Thank you.